I'm Peter Arpin with Renewable Now, and I am here in Boston with the Renewable Now team, and we are covering GreenFest 2015, the 8th annual GreenFest, which celebrates life and possibilities. So we are across from City Plaza, and we are at South Station in Boston. Historic, beautiful South Station. We took the commuter rail up from Providence, Rhode Island, thereby obviously avoiding all sorts of emissions, which we love. When you think about GreenFest and taking a step forward, one of the things, of course, is mass transportation. At the festival over the weekend, people will be walking, they'll be biking, they'll be taking the commuter rail, they'll be taking the ferry service, and in the future, they may very well be taking modes of transportation like the J-Pod. South Shore of Boston, powered by the sun, get on an individual car and come on over to Boston without any emissions at all. There's a transportation forum that we will help cover, and it will look at all of those possibilities, and we're excited to be a part of it. We made it. Here we are, Boston City Hall GreenFest 2015. You can see is alive and well. We ran through a torrential rain to get here. Turned out to be a beautiful day, so we know some of the renewable energy is going to be working here. There are events everywhere. You can start to see some of the vendors and exhibitors. We have kids collections over here, including interactive games. We have all the food, organic, local food. Just to my right, we have all sorts of events going on in City Hall up to the 9th floor. The electric cars, the hybrids, are drawing thousands of people, and some lucky people will actually be test driving the hybrids and the electrics. We have exhibitors that are all about education, the Appalachian Trails, Earthwatch, protecting the oceans. But you know what? All of that is integrated into an incredible community here in the city of Boston. Amazing mix of people from young to old, incredible energy. And guess what? You want to see what the fun looks like in sustainability? You stay right here with us at GreenFest 2015. Karen Weber, Executive Director, GreenFest. Nice to meet you finally.
Very nice to meet you, Peter.
Take a step. What does that mean?
It means we need to take a giant step, a leap, because we don't have much time to play around. We need to come together as a community. Everyone needs to hunker down, not worry about what their skin color is, how much money they earn or don't, where they live. We all live on this planet. It's one Earth, and we have to make the best of it. We have to turn into great stewards of this planet, and we have the incredible opportunity to do something really positive. It doesn't have to be a difficult challenge if we all do it together with one big step.
3 days of sustainability. We know resilience is part of that. 3 days potentially of rain. You ready for that?
No, we have 3 days of sun coming. The rainbow's on its way. Thank you.
Good luck.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a 600-pound gorilla, able to pack any home in a single move. Look, pulling up to our house. It's a delivery. It's a truck. No, son, that's the Arpin moving guy. An advanced mover from the Arpin crew, sent to defeat rogue movers and moving giants that provide bad home moves. He delivers customer satisfaction, quality work, and award-winning service. For a super move, call Arpin at 800-343-3500 or visit arpin.com. The moving guy, saving the world from bad moves, one customer at a time.
I am with
Mark Landy from Herb Chambers BMW. I'm the electric mobility sales consultant from the dealership.
So Mark, welcome back to GreenFest, this time 2015. Some great little cars here from BMW. Tell us a bit about them. We've got plug-ins, right?
Yep.
We've got a hybrid over there. We've got a range extender on here, which our audience is starting to get pretty familiar with. But tell us about the models.
Well, the BMW i3 is BMW's entry into the electric mobility car market. The car was built from the ground up as an electric car. We refer to it as Born Electric. It's an amazing car. Everything about the car was designed to be sustainable, The entire body of the car was built out of carbon fiber. It's a reinforced carbon fiber plastic. Very fast, surprisingly fast. Most people...
I've been in it, and when you take your foot off the gas, right, you're starting to recharge right away.
That's correct. It has a very aggressive regeneration system. It's almost like driving a manual transmission car and downshifting it.
It takes a while to get used to. Can you lease it? Can you buy it? What's the price? And also, what does the range extender do for me? I have a Leaf. I do not have that option. I know the Volt, as you know, will from Chevy will switch over to fuel. Tell us a little bit about the pricing and the range extender.
Okay, well, the basic car comes in 3 different trim levels, referred to as Mega World, Giga World, and Terra World. Basically, it refers to the interior, some of the wheels that are available, leather versus cloth leather. So there's 3 different trim levels. The basic BEV or electric car starts out in the low 40s, $42,000, $43,000, building up to a higher end car like this one with a leather interior and a range extender at about $55,000.
Is that front wheel drive?
No, the car is a rear wheel drive car, has a very low center of gravity, very even weight distribution, and very narrow tires. So it was surprisingly good in the winter, even with the snow that we had.
Now, in the winter, obviously, the miles will degrade. This maximum would give you generally, what, 100 miles on a charge?
You know, as I mentioned earlier, depending on where you're driving it, how you're driving it, what mode you're in, outside temperature, and a number of other factors, the range will depend on all of these things. But on a high end, without the range extender, just on the fully electric mode, probably somewhere near 100, 105 miles.
Now, this car behind us, it was custom. Yeah. Is this the same model?
Same model. It had a wrap done to it and a camouflage.
No range extender. No
range extender, just the lower end sort of what we call BEV model. This is a Mega World car. Looks the same, just a little bit less trim and a little bit less options on the inside.
Now, as we walk over to see your hybrid, tell us a bit about BMW and the experience of owning electric, because as you started to tell me earlier, and come on over here, Mark, and we'll get in front of your hybrid, BMW helps you understand the whole process of charging, of having a charger at home, or somewhere on the road you could potentially charge at a BMW, or even get a gas powered car while your car was charging. Give us the experience.
Well, I think the way we've looked at this thing is that, you know, getting an electric car was more than just coming in and buying a car. It's really a lifestyle change. So there's an awful lot that people are concerned about when making this kind of a decision. Part of it was, you know, I'm going to have an electric car. There's a certain amount of range. What if I want to take an occasional trip and go down to the Cape or go to New Hampshire? Well, we have a program called Flexible Mobility, in which somebody comes in, they leave their car, we plug it in, charge it for them, and we give them a gasoline-powered car to drive for several days if need be.
Now, Mark, sit down for a second if you don't mind. We're going to shoot you, and I'm too old probably to get myself in there, but you're a lot more dexterous. This is a hybrid. Tell us about this car.
Well, this car is a full hybrid car. It has electric motor to power the front wheels and gasoline motor the back wheels. It's obviously more of a supercar. It is really a cutting-edge, state-of-the-art body style, carbon fiber, a lot of the same technology that's in the i3, but definitely more of an upscale hybrid car.
And is this a new model? Is this the first year this model's been at GreenFest?
Actually, we only had this model. The model's been out 2 years. We didn't have one last year at GreenFest. We had the i3. These are a very limited production number of these cars being built, and a bit of a waiting list on these.
What's the cost?
Well, the car has a sticker price of about $138,000.
So it competes with the Tesla.
Boy, you know, I think we're all in that same kind of genre market, but it's definitely on a higher end scale, sure, yes.
Wonderful. Thank you so much, Mark. Come on out.
La 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 la, I love you so. I love you, I love you. La 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 la, la 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 la.
We're here.
Yay!
It's a short drive from your neighborhood to your naturehood. To find a neighborhood park or green space near you, visit discovertheforest.org.
Hi,
Hi, my name is Liz Barno. I'm here with Greentown Labs. We are a clean energy hardware incubator space located in Somerville. Early stage startup companies come to us for the space, resources, and community that they need to grow and survive. And we're here at Boston GreenFest today, spreading the word about what we're doing and talking to any entrepreneurs who are interested in resources and space. So Greentown has a couple of very successful graduates. We're in our 4th year, but you can keep an eye out for Keystone Tower Systems, that is building a new way to put up wind towers. And Alteros Energies, we're creating flying wind turbines that are being tested now. High Core Systems is down in Houston, optimizing natural gas extraction, and many, many more.
I pulled you over for suspicious activity. You stopped at every one of those businesses. You only deliver office supplies.
Actually, we have everything a business would need.
A wise guy, huh? Let's take a look inside.
See? We have everything you could need for your office.
So why the hurry?
Same day delivery. We have to move fast. We have your janitorial supplies, your break room stuff, and even mini donuts. No, really! Mason is everything!
WB Mason delivers. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason?
We are outside at 2015 Boston GreenFest. We're here at Boston City Hall. It's nice the rain has subsided a little bit. This is one of the exhibits I really wanted to see, this wonderful mobile exhibit trailer behind me for direct energy. And we're going to take you in there in a minute, and when we take you through and when you come out on the other side, you and I will be smart consumers. We're going to start to learn about, on a residential basis, how do we do an audit? How do we start to analyze and understand what our appliances are doing in terms of energy use, our lighting, and can we get a thermostat that through our phone we can totally control what happens in our home on a remote basis? And perhaps just as importantly, once we reduce our energy use, once we get a handle on our energy use, then we at home and commercially produce clean energy. Let's go in. I am with
Bethany Rue with Direct Energy.
Well, I see a lot of signs for Direct Energy. Tell us about the company.
Sure. So we are an energy retailer and energy services company.
You're based where?
We're based out of Houston, but we have operations in all 50 states. We are here today at the 8th Annual Boston GreenFest as part of our commitment to the community and a part of our overall mission to help our customers use less of what we sell, which is energy.
So you've been on tour. This is a beautiful mobile exhibit trailer. There's going to be lots of people, hopefully coming out of the rain and coming through. Give us a kind of a description. What are they going to see? What are they going to walk through? What are they going to experience? And I see one thing that they are going to experience is kind of about connecting their home.
Yes, correct. So this is really all about the technologies that are available to homes and businesses that do enable them to know more about their energy usage so they can have better insight, so they can make better energy choices. And it starts off as soon as you walk into the mobile exhibit. You will see our brand new Direct Your Energy customer experience, which allows you to see at a disaggregated level, at the appliance level approximately what your usage is. So if you look at your energy bill now, it's just a number. You're like, how did I get this? You don't know what you did to make the number that way. So we're kind of changing that. We're giving you control. You could see exactly why your number is that and things you could do to change your behaviors.
That works on an app on your phone as well? I'm sorry.
It will. That's okay. It will work on an app on your phone. Right now, you have to log in through a customer dashboard online, but technology's changing. So by the time this goes live, who knows?
A lot of talk about Next, right? And the thermostats and what they bring to the table. They're part of the exhibit. Why?
We actually have a very proud partnership with Nest. We have a product that we call Comfort and Control that we sell in Texas, U.S. North, and Alberta. So you get a Nest as part of your Direct Energy product, and it allows our customers to be able to use their Nest data and kind of overlay it with their Direct Energy account data to give them even further insights to help them use less. And it's been a great partnership for us.
So we agree. You got to drive down the use of energy, and as you said, you need to know where it's coming from. You need to track it, and then, of course, hopefully you start start to produce your own clean energy and start to migrate away from fossil fuel. And you do, in fact, have a solar component.
Yes, we have direct energy solar line of business, which we are very proud of. You will see in the exhibit, it's the first thing when you walk in to the left. It's going to be a continuing growth area for our business. We think solar is just going to continue to grow, and we're very, very excited to be a part of that.
So just take me in a simple, because I'm a simple guy, take me through the process then. I sign up with you, and then what happens? Is there an audit, and then there's equipment, and then there's changes in how I run my home, and then I invest in renewable? Take me like step by step.
Well, I'm actually going to look to my colleague Lindsay here to keep me honest on this. So I believe if you're interested in solar, you would let us know, and we would kind of do a suitability assessment of your home, and then we would walk you through all of your choices, right? There's leasing where you don't put zero down. Right?
PPA.
Right, exactly. Or you could, decide to purchase the set. Depending on your wants and needs, do you want to totally offset your usage? That's going to depend on how many panels you need. So it's, it's kind of what's the word I'm looking for? There's different solutions that are for different people based on what you find out during that kind of exploratory process.
But first, I do kind of my home audit, and I kind of get a feel for what I'm using and so forth. So at the end of the day, when they walk through this very nice mobile exhibit trailer and finish the tour and talk to you or Lindsay or somebody, what's the next step? What is the consumer then? Because I think we're here to take a step, right?
Well, no, honestly, we're here to educate, right? So this is not, obviously, if you come through here and you want to sign up for direct energy, go for it, right? We would love that. But we really are here to educate consumers. Energy, it's something that you can't see, but you literally can't live without it. So we really do want to educate people and let them know, like, they have choices. You don't just have to settle for that bill that you get that you don't understand, right? There's options. We want you to know about them. We'd love it if we were your solution. That'd be great. But overall, the more we can educate people, I think the more awareness we have, the better it's going to be for us and really for everybody.
You're in Mass, and what about the rest of New England?
Yes, I believe we are in all of the New England states. Well, definitely from a services perspective, because we do have our services line of business. Like I said, we're everywhere.
So we got to give you help, because I hear a diesel generator going on in the background. What's the change in the future where you can burn less diesel here at GreenFest in Boston?
Right, absolutely. So we are very excited that we are working with our direct energy solar partners. We're not there yet, but for 2016, we are working feverishly on having a solar and battery storage solution. We might never be able to completely get rid of the generator. We might always need it as backup, but our hope is really to have this be a self-sustaining unit. So we are really, really excited about that and looking forward to it.
We'll check back on you. Thank you so much, Bethany.
Thank you. It's a pleasure.
Well, that's almost too much to learn. There was so much to consider in there, and one of the things that really stuck out for me is to think about the commercial side, the commercial application of being able to completely manage my building, 35,000 square feet or 20,000 down in Houston, Texas, to understand how every light, everything we have in that building, and how every employee is using energy. That to me was incredibly significant, and I think the other thing is I really love about direct energy is the comprehensive part of their plan. Through the partnerships, they're able to help me buy energy better and on a longer term basis, buy clean energy, and also invest in some of the true leading technology products today that make me smart at home.
Changing priorities and having sustainable mobility. So we gotta improve walking, cycling, transit. How do we improve walking? First, by making it a priority.
Hey, it's Ava, and this is Tess from Vivo's Do It Yourselfie, where we recreate the hottest looks from today's biggest music videos.
After cleaning out our closet, we have a lot of clothes we don't wear anymore.
Like this old t-shirt.
It's not garbage, it's actually a brand new rug.
And to make it, all you need to do is cut, tie, and glue.
Cut the t-shirt into strips.
Tie the strips into knots.
And glue the knots to the bath mat. I love it. Give your garbage another life.
And recycle.
The future of the car industry, but nevertheless, how we use cars is changing very, very fast. Now we have hydrogen cars, electric cars, and so on. But nevertheless,
I am with
Gil Penalosa. I'm the chair of 880 Cities and also of the World Urban Parks.
Gil, what is the primary message you wanted to deliver this morning here at GreenFest 2015?
Well, first that we we need to develop a sense of urgency. We need to change. We seem to be facing like a perfect storm where we got traffic congestion and we got huge issues of climate change, as well as traffic congestion and public health crisis, both mental and physical. And in addition, the population is growing, we're living longer, so we need to do things differently. And the message is very optimistic on the sense that we can change, we can transform. These are not technical issues, these are not financial, these are political in the big sense, and everyone has to get involved.
We're in Boston, and Boston has some pretty unique neighborhoods, some very dominated ethnically. Chinatown you think about, right? You think about South Boston and the Irish. You started to talk, and folks were keenly interested about gentrification. Are we going to move neighbors in and out? As you look to develop cities, is that a big hurdle?
It is a hurdle, but it's not necessarily a hurdle. We need to be able to create great neighborhoods for everybody. We cannot say that the only way to keep low-income people in the cities is to have really messy neighborhoods that are dangerous, where there's a lot of crime, where there is no recreational activities. That is totally absurd. I think that the low-income neighborhoods also can have great parks, and that the parks is not just an issue of investing the millions in the park, but investing the thousands and making them work. It's about the uses, it's about the activities. It's about how to create those neighborhoods that are walkable. It's how to improve the safety. For example, if we have activities in the parks, in the streets, people are going to get to know their neighbors. We need those small neighborhood parks within walking distance of everybody, in the rich neighborhoods, but also in the poor neighborhoods. So that if I know my neighbors and I hear something is happening in the streets, I go out and help. If I don't know my neighbors and something is happening, I close the doors and stay inside. So this is also about safety. So I do think that we need to improve the quality of everyone. I say that every citizen in Boston should have a park within walking distance, whether they are rich or they are poor. I think that everybody should be able to walk or bike. If you are under 16, your only mode of mobility or individual mode of mobility is to walk or to bike. You might be the wealthiest person in Boston or the poorest, but if you're under 16, you are going to have to walk or bike. So having nice and safe walkable and bikeable places is not something that can be done just in the rich neighborhoods.
Somebody asked you, what about engaging businesses? Because for us, our prism is the business side of green. All of your work, all of your remodeling, integrating sustainability into these cities has to have a really nice economic development part of it. So how do you suggest you engage the businesses?
I think the businesses need to understand that we are competing against the world. We're not just competing against the next door city or the next state, but against the world. And today we live in a never more globalized world. And in a globalized world, the best people, they can live anywhere they want to. They can be the Harvard graduates, or they can be anybody without any education.
You made the point, if they're the best at making coffee, the best at...
Exactly. The best, I don't mean just the best engineers and medical doctors, but it can be the best pizza maker, the best coffee maker, the best carpenter, musician, and the best on anything. If I'm a really good coffee maker, I can find work anywhere in the world. So every day, the leaders of the city should wake up. The business leaders, as well as the political leaders, think, how can we retain our best people? How can we attract the best people? I'm not talking an issue of quantity. I'm talking it's an issue about quality. And quality not just for the professional people, the PhDs, but also for anybody, the people that are organizing soccer tournaments, or the people that are musicians, or the people that are cooks in the restaurant, and so on. So if the businesses want to be competitive, we got to have really good people, because after the good people, then the good businesses come, so then you're going to have more employment and you're going to have more economic development for everyone.
So I'm looking forward at 3 o'clock to serving on a panel with you about the Green Business Forum. And I'm guessing then that part of your message to a lot of these startups and companies today up on the 9th floor of City Hall, Boston, is that they got to think globally.
Exactly. That they is not just about how to compete with the next neighbor or the next city, but it's globally. And also that is doable.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a 600-pound gorilla, able to pack any home in a single move. Look, pulling up to our house. It's a delivery. It's a truck. No, son, that's the Arpin moving guy. An advanced mover from the Arpin crew, sent to defeat rogue movers and moving giants that provide bad home moves. He delivers customer satisfaction, quality work, and award-winning service. For a super move, call Arpin at 800-343-3500 or visit arpin.com. The moving guy, saving the world from bad moves, one customer at a time.
I'm Nick Krasminski with Ford Motor Company, program specialist with the team. We travel the country. We do events like this around the country, show people different vehicles. Today specifically, Boston Green Festival, so we brought a lot of our green products, our hybrid vehicles, our plug-in hybrids, so kind of showcasing what Ford's been up to in the past couple of years.
Let's start with the basic, Nick, and our audience is very familiar. We're always pushing, we're big advocates for change in transportation. Yeah. Fiesta, pure gas.
Yeah, Fiesta, great. It's a four-cylinder engine, so we're getting around 41 miles to the gallon with the Fiesta. We brought this out today because we wanted to show people that even without hybrid technology, you can get great fuel economy. You can have a sporty-looking ride. You can go with an even faster version of the Fiesta ST, more power, EcoBoost engines. But if you want to go with a clean four-cylinder, you're going to get right around that 41 miles to the gallon mark.
And Nick, as we move over here to the Fusion, what's the base starting price on the Fiesta?
Very entry level, you'll see this right around 13, 14,000.
Wow.
And that's going to top off around 17, 18, a little bit higher on the ST.
So we've got our first hybrid. This is a Fusion. Tell us about this car.
Fusion hybrid, yeah, this has been a mainstay with Ford, been around for years. Nice thing about the Fusion hybrid, we've had lots and lots of success with this. It's a very sharp looking vehicle. We also offer a couple different powertrains. You can get it in a gasoline engine, you can get it in an EcoBoost engine, you can get it in a hybrid, you can get a plug-in hybrid, so there's lots of different options. But with this specifically, we're seeing around 43 miles to the gallon, combination of gasoline engine, hybrid battery working together to give you that power.
And real quick, this would charge how?
This uses regenerative braking, so every time you're on the brake pedal, you're recharging that hybrid battery. Great way to do that. This will also, anytime you drive, if you're on a descent, it's going to charge naturally in a decline. So
that's not a plug-in?
No, this is not a plug-in.
All right. Now, as we move over here, Nick, and the camera follows us, we've got the Escape, and the Escape's kind of interesting because this was at one point, I believe, a hybrid, and it was displaced by what, the EcoBoost?
Right, and this is an Edge that you'll see here in white, so this is a different animal. This is our Escape over here in silver, so this is going to be our little bit greener than the Edge. Edge is a lot more beefier, great vehicle, but what's going on with the Escape and what's interesting about it, so this started out as a gasoline engine or a hybrid option back in the day, and we're talking 2005, 2006, and what they did was EcoBoost technology got better, came down the line, and they actually put EcoBoost engine in the Escape. It ended up getting better fuel economy than the hybrid was putting out at the time.
Can you explain real quick? I don't know what an EcoBoost is.
Right, so what EcoBoost technology does, it takes a smaller displacement engine. Basically, they wanted better fuel economy, more power. So what the engineers in Dearborn did was take it back to the drawing board. They took a smaller engine where you normally see like a V6 in a vehicle this size. It's now a four-cylinder with twin turbos and direct injected fuel. So you're looking at a lot of power when you need it and then great fuel economy when you don't.
That's what, an SUV?
Yeah, it's a smaller SUV. So.
And what's the price on that?
Entry level, you're going to see this right around 24,000. You're going to see it top off about 37,000.
Miles per gallon?
With a hybrid, I'm sorry, with an EcoBoost setup, with our 1.6 liter EcoBoost engine, you're going to see this right around 33 miles to the gallon.
So Nick, I'm really interested in the C-Max. We hear a lot about it. We hear that there might even be at some point a solar option. Tell us about this car.
So yeah, there's a couple different things happening. C-Max was brought over from Europe, basically our C-Class design. What this offers, it took place of the Escape having a hybrid option. So C-Max now available in hybrid, also plug-in hybrid. Seats 5, you have a high roof, so it's almost this really car meets a small SUV. You sit up a little bit higher, really clean design. We're seeing those 43 miles to the gallon, just like we would on the Fusion, but really, really nice design inside here. The plug-in hybrid has been very popular in this. It's called that the Energy, so it's a C-Max Energy. Same with Fusion, be the Fusion Energy.
Does that power up pretty quick? Does that battery charge pretty quick?
It does, depending on your source. If you just go standard 110, it's going to do it about 7 hours overnight. You can also move up to a 220 line, which Ford offers the upgrade for that, and that'll do it in about 2.5 hours.
Yeah, I noticed that Ford, through an app, does a really good job, right, of trying to take you through the whole greening process, including car charging stations at home.
Yeah, My Ford Mobile. So if you buy a vehicle, you download the app. It tells you where charging stations are around the house. It tells you exactly where your car is at. Basically a complete information update on your hybrid at that point. So anything you want to know, where you need to go with your vehicle, it has all that information for you. You can do it mobily, and then you can access everything, life stats, vital signs of your vehicle.
And Nick, I'm a little confused. Why doesn't every hybrid really come with the charging, the plug-in capability?
Sure. So we spoke a little bit about this earlier, but I'll go into further detail. So we see a lot of different things. People who buy a hybrid are typically going to be the folks that have a little bit of a longer commute. Say you drive 30 miles each way. Say you drive 40 miles each way. It's going to get you great fuel economy. We have people that pick these up that drive, through state to state for work, and they're on the road quite a bit. They want to just get great fuel economy, and there's not always a charging station around. When it comes to a plug-in hybrid, you're never going to lose out. So it'll handle about 19 miles on a straight charge. If it ever depletes that, it just becomes a hybrid with a gasoline engine hybrid battery to back it up. So you're never just going to lose out on power. But what this will do for you, if you live in, say, Boston and you drive 6 miles each way, even 10 miles each way, it'll handle that on all electric modes. You can go full electric using EV Now. You can handle it on all three power sources, the gasoline, the hybrid, and the electric with auto EV, or you can just do EV later and you want to store that electric power.
I got it. That makes sense, where you can actually on this go EV only. Correct. Because you're short mileage, you could charge if you needed to in the city. Last question then, price on that.
Base price on these, say a C-Max hybrid, you're going to see in that entry level right around that $27,000, and it's going to fully load in the mid-30s.
And I'm sorry, Nick, one last thing. All of these cars, I believe, other than obviously something that is pure gasoline, all have some element of a federal tax credit and potentially, depending on the state, a state tax credit.
Yeah, the further electrified you go, so hybrid, plug-in hybrid, fully electric, you're going to see a higher tax credit throughout each one of those. So that's a nice incentive to pick up a green vehicle. And we did mention solar earlier as well. Ford also ties in if you want to have solar panels installed to help your charging process in your house, reduce your costs. They put you through the proper routes at point of purchase with that.
I just did that at home. Great job. Good luck at GreenFest. Thank you, Nick.
I pulled you over for suspicious activity. You stopped at every one of those businesses. You only deliver office supplies.
Actually, we have everything a business would need.
A wise guy, huh? Let's take a look inside.
See? We have everything you could need for your office.
So why the hurry?
Same-day delivery. We have to move fast. We have your janitorial supplies, your break room stuff, and even mini donuts. No, really! Mason is everything!
WB Mason delivers. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason?
I am with
Cullen Schwartz from Done Good. Scott Jacobson with Done Good.
So I heard a little bit about this app that we're using here at GreenFest 2015 here in Boston. Tell us about it.
Yeah, it's a brand new app just launched this week. It's called Done Good. You can get it on the App Store, it helps people find businesses that share their values. So you can type in the kind of product you're looking for and touch the issues that are important to you, whether it's green, businesses that support workers, women or minority-owned businesses, businesses that give back to the community, locally sourced businesses, organic food. You type in the kind of product you're looking for, touch the issues that are important to you, and we instantly show you a list of nearby businesses that you can feel good about supporting.
That sounds good. When did you launch the app?
We just launched this week. We had been working on it since September of last year at the Harvard Innovation Lab. And the reason we started working on it was because my favorite sandwich shop didn't recycle. I love their sandwiches. They put everything in plastic. Talked to the owner. I said, hey, can we get some recycling going here? Needled them a little more, never happened, so I decided I was going to take my business elsewhere. There's a lot of businesses out there that are doing good, so we wanted to create an app that made it easy to find those businesses and made it possible for people to really celebrate what they were doing.
Yeah, on Renewable Now we talk about how do we engage the average, everyday person into sustainability. Here at GreenFest, a lot of motivated people. Sometimes that's not always the case. I would expect that using our disposable dollars, right, would have tremendous impact.
That's exactly the point. We hope that by making it easy for folks to shop more responsibly, that we can bring folks together. More and more people shopping responsibly means that we can support more businesses who are doing the right thing and create a tremendous financial incentives for more businesses to do good for people on the planet. When you've got thousands and eventually we hope millions of people all in one place who care about sustainable business practices and other issues, then more businesses will want to access that market. But to do so, they're going to have to, improve their game in terms of social impact.
So it's a free app.
It's totally free.
And then how do you make money?
Well,
right now,
right now, we're not really concerned about that. We just want to build a product that people really love to use and use on a regular basis.
But ultimately, is the revenue model that when people use it, or businesses to be part of it, or
right? Sure, businesses who are doing good on these issues would be able to get additional promotional tools, so they could post messages through the app or offer discounts to folks in the Done Good community. And we hope that that's another way to help socially responsible businesses succeed, because they can say, hey, look, we're doing good. If you're the kind of person who cares about that, we hope you come by and support what we're doing.
Good luck to you both, Colin and Scott.
Hold on, just that we are the official app of the Boston GreenFest this year, and so folks can get all festival information on their phone by downloading the Done Good app on the App Store.
I hope they do.
I do too.
Thank you.
Faster than a speeding bullet, more powerful than a 600-pound gorilla, able to pack any home in a single move. Look, pulling up to our house. It's a delivery. It's a truck. No, son, that's the Arpin moving guy. An advanced mover from the Arpin crew, sent to defeat rogue movers and moving giants that provide bad home moves. He delivers customer satisfaction, quality work, and award-winning service. For a super move, call Arpin at 800-343-3500 or visit arpin.com. The moving guy, saving the world from bad moves, one customer at a time.
As we finish up at GreenFest, this wonderful festival, I wanted to come back here to this Wheel of Fortune, because one of the things I've been thinking about over the last day is how our fight for sustainability is so much like a sporting event. I feel as though we started in last place, and we had a long way to go, and we have so many games that we have to win. We have to win games for clean air. We have to win games for saving the oceans, preservation of land. We have to change our transportation systems. We have to feed people better. We have to restore our soil. And we have to build out an infrastructure for clean energy versus fossil fuel. Yet, here today, we see that when we bring together great leaders, impassioned leaders, teachers, educators, kids, and we all get on the same team, we think we can win. So if I spin this right now, what do you think the odds are that we're going to win the war for sustainability and preserving the planet for future generations? And what about you? If you spun that, what are your odds of winning the war as well? Those are some of my thoughts as we finish up at GreenFest 2015. I'm Peter Arpin for Renewable Now, the show that brings you the business side of green.
Renewable Now, the network that delivers the business side of green.